Hello everyone, Zelleranth here, and today I was going to take a look at what the daily grind looks like in Ash Echoes. If you're like me, a lot of us are now at the point where we're just waiting on stamina to slowly refresh, and we're just kind of doing our daily grind at this point, slowly working our way up the levels so that we can get to max level and unlocking more content as we go. Now, as we're working on this, there is a large group of things that you're going to want to make sure you're doing daily to min-max your account to the best of your ability, especially when it comes to getting XP, but also getting all the other little things that you can get in the game. And so we'll go ahead and take a look at some of those right now. And so the first thing I like to do, if you're basically trying to kind of figure out what you need to do daily, one thing that will kind of cover pretty much everything you're going to want to do is going to be in the daily quests. Now, a lot of this stuff is unnecessary to be done. Now, when you're doing your daily quest, you want to at least make sure you get all 100 points you can here. There's way more tasks than needing to be done in here to reach that. But a lot of the things that you're going to want to make sure you do, even after you max this out, are going to fall under this. And so you'll see some of them. So the first one we're going to look at is this one, send a friendship medals to a friend. This is one that you're going to want to do right off the bat. Easiest one to do in the day. You just go into your friends list here. The first thing is you're going to want to max out your friends list if you have not done that yet. You're allowed to have up to 100 friends. I would go ahead and get up to 100. And the big reason is when you do this quick claim / send, this is how you can acquire these friendship medals. And when you have a max amount of friends, you're pretty much guaranteed every day to get the max of 2,000. And all you do is just click this button in the top right and you're going to get those friendship medals. Why this is important is because you're limited to that 2,000 per day. And when you go into the shop here and look at the friendship medals, this is where you're going to get one copy of all of those free SSR memory traces we got. It's one upgrade level to them, so that's going to be big there. And then you also have your weekly polls that you can get here on the camaraderie tickets, as well as these weekly 5 tea time and universal invitations that you can get. And eventually you're going to want to get this paint job down the road once you've pretty much acquired everything else in here, and you're just slowly building up a stockpile of them. So that's the first thing you're going to want to do. Easy one to knock off right out the beginning. So the second thing here is you should be in a club at this point. If you haven't joined a club, you can just look to join one. There's not much to them currently at this point. I'm guessing there'll be more content down the road. But easy thing right off the bat is there's a club quest you can do to get a 200 coins as well as 200 level points for the guild or a club. The big thing you want is these coins here. Very easy to complete these quests. If you get your activity reaches 100, that one's easy to do. But the one that I find that's the easiest to do is you can either set up your aiding one time or go and like one club member. Now, I don't think it's going to let me redo this one. But when it comes to that one, all you do is go in club aiding, look at the people you have here, and just change it. If you change it up at all, it's going to give you a complete on that one. Or you can do this give one like to a club member. You can just go here, go and look in your club, and then just click like on someone's thing here. And that one will complete it right there. Easy and simple right there. And the reason you're wanting to do this is because you have the club shop here. Lots of good materials you can buy out every week in here. And so if you're doing that, you're going to be able to pretty much buy out this thing every week. And so that's the club there. So that's the second task you're going to want to do there. And then another easy, quick one that you'll want to do is you'll want to go into your polls here. And you'll want to go to the very bottom memory trace one here. You go here every day, you're going to get this daily first free draw. You just want to go ahead and throw this every day. It has no chance to get SSRs, but you can get SR memory traces, and they do have their uses for specific teams. So you might as well just pull on them, as well as you can get your rares and slowly build them up. Even though you might not be using them, especially down the road, it's free. You just want to make sure you're doing that on a daily basis. So you got that one you want to do. And then the next thing here is you can go ahead and take a look at the event center down here. This has quite a few things that you're going to want to do on a daily basis. The first one I want to take a look at is the Nexus dailies. So you want to make sure you're running a Nexus at least once a day. Just so you can complete this, you get a little bit of currency here. And then as you're doing them, you're slowly building up these quests. If you've been doing them daily already, you should have already got your selector or your SR unit. If you haven't done it, you want to make sure to do this because it's a way that you can get Freda. If you are not willing to buy her out of the shop, so you can guarantee her with this one. And then once you get to 14, which nobody will have at this point because the game hasn't been out for 14 days, but once you get there, it will give you a selector on one of the SR memory traces. That'll be a good one there. And then after that, you can continue doing them daily to get the rewards as they stockpile there. And another reason you want to make sure you're doing your Nexuses daily is because of this currency up here, Spirit. And so you will recover 1 Spirit per day, and you want to make sure that you're not overcapping. So you don't want to go over 5 because then you're just having it go to waste. It's just like letting your energy go to waste on a daily basis. So you want to make sure you're using these daily. Now, I haven't burned through the scopes. These are a quick way to give you plus Spirit if you're wanting to run a bunch of them. I'm not at that point where I'm wanting to min-max my units yet, because I don't feel it's completely necessary because I'm completing the content that I need to at this point. So, but down the line, you'll eventually want to do these to max out your units. And so that's the Nexus. So the next thing we'll want to take a look at will be under Field Ops. Under Field Ops, the thing you'll want to make sure you're at least doing daily is going to be your path to proficiency. And a big thing here is no matter how you've done in this one, and this is an area that I actually missed in the beginning, so I was kind of a little bit behind on it. But for the big reason to do this is you have a currency up here, the leader's badge. You're going to get 3 of these badges per day, and it's reset every day. And so right now I'm at 7 of 10. You want to make sure you're at least always at 7 of 10 here, so that way you get those 3 and you're not letting them over cap and then just go to waste. This is how you're going to get these Badge of Origins, and you're going to slowly want to stockpile these because they are for leveling your units up. When it comes to this potential exploration, you're going to need quite a bit of these as you slowly go down the line. If you go towards the end, you can see it's going to cost 3,000 for the last one. Now, it's going to get quite pricey just in general for that because it's going to get very difficult to get these tokens, but you are going to eventually run out of these if you are min-maxing all of your units because they're all going to need them. And so that can get pretty pricey really quickly, so the best to just start stockpiling them now while you can, doing path proficiency daily. The next thing we want to take a look at here is going to be the Seed Dome. And so in here you're going to want to check on this daily if you can. I mean, I don't feel it's completely necessary to do this. You want to check on it multiple times per day, and that's because you should have these things running, gathering this currency. Now you can max out how much you can collect in them when you look at it. I believe it says how many you can have here. So right now it's got a capacity of 10 out of 630. You want to just make sure that you're min-maxing this so that it doesn't go all the way to the cap and then it's really not progressing anything. So you want to go, as soon as you go in here, just click to collect all. It's going to grab everything in here. And then you're going to also make sure you always have units in here running up their stats. This one I find is not too important to really be min-maxing because I'm going through my currencies way quicker than I can put my units on here. And so if it sits for a little bit because you're not min-maxing this because you're going to constantly be having them finish, that's not that big of a deal. The biggest thing is just make sure you're stockpiling these as quickly as you can and not letting them cap up. Because I run into the issue where I am not, especially on this one, I'm not having enough of these. And so just make sure you're at least collecting them. And then on the schedule, just auto-assigning it every so often. And so that is the seed. Not too much to that one. It's fairly simple and straightforward there. And so the next important thing that you'll want to run is tea time. And this is a way that you can build up your bond with all your units. You are given 3 of them that you can use daily and up here. And you want to make sure you're using your daily invites at least. You have these universal invitations that you can use to pretty much whenever you want. So no need to blow through those right off the bat. I plan to use them when I'm looking to min-max some of these units for getting them maxed out. But the daily invites, as long as you use those 3, that'll be good. Now on Pridewind's website, they actually all have all of the best combinations for the members. So just make sure to look at a guide and it'll tell you what to use as your ingredients for giving them their tea. And that'll give you the max relationship bonuses that you can get with them. And so you want to do that. And the big reason you're wanting to do this is if you actually go to the units here. So if I look at Sen Ying, what you get with the relationship bonus is first you have the rewards you can get up here. So all the units, you can get some pulls out of them, or the pull currency, X particles. And then you can slowly work them up. And so there's a decent amount there. And then when you go to, I believe it's, where is it on here? Little quest, is it? Oh, it's leader records and then milestones. So some of them fall under the milestones here, depending on your bond. So reach bond level 3, level 6. I believe there's a couple others, yeah, 15, 18. And so these little shards that you're getting for reaching those are what are used when it comes to leveling them up here. And so that's going to be important when you're wanting to min-max out this stuff, because you're going to need a ton of these shards to get it all the way to L9 down the line. And so that's why you want to just make sure you're doing that daily, because you're only going to get so many of those other invitations that you can use. And then another quick easy one that you can do that I almost forgot about here is under featured pack within the shop. Now I don't actually see it currently because I've already done it for the day. I believe it's under the selections. It's under one of these. You will see a free pack. It gives you an item that gives you 30 action points as well as a little bit of currency. You want to come in here and get that every day. It's just a free little daily pack that you can get. All right, and then now for the current event. So I'm going to guess it'll be something similar to this to future events, but for the current events, the Voyagers and Everlasting Shadows, you're going to want to enter this daily. And that is because there is 200 pulls that you can get here. Now, I haven't actually collected it yet today. So what you'll want to do here is to get this, you pretty much have to just accomplish anything in this. And if you've already done a bulk of the content or you don't really have anything new you need to do, an easy way to accomplish this that I found is just go to the Museum Defense, go to this Conquer with Fire and Lightning one, just do that one. You complete it, it takes like a minute. And once you've completed that, this will unlock and then you can get those 200 pulls. That's going to be quite important because you're going to need those if you want to eventually buy out this entire shop. As you can see here, I'm pretty much getting close to being done with the entire shop. And we still have a few days left on this, and I still have a couple other little things I can do. And so it's going to be important that you're making sure you're finishing this off. I'm guessing other events are going to be similar to this, where there may be something daily you're going to want to do with it. So just look at your events as they're coming and make sure that you're getting anything you need to do with it daily done, because it's probably going to be important to do it if you want to be able to buy everything out of the shop. And so we'll go ahead and go back to the menu here. And that just about covers everything you need to do daily. I mean, some of the big ones that everybody should know is you want to make sure you're using your action points. It's especially important right now at the lower levels, because what's a little bit different with this versus some other gachas is that your action points you're gaining the cap as you level up. So right now it's fairly low that you're going to be capping out quite quickly in this. And so you're going to want to, so right now I'm at 180, which means after 18 hours, it's going to be capped out. So you might need to do this actually twice a day. And it's just kind of burning it down to 0 and making sure that you're using it so that you don't overcap on it. And there's easy ways if you just need to dump it, you don't really have time. I find just find one of your units. See, I'll go with Sen Ying. Now I can't ascend her yet to level 33, but if I just need to dump some stuff real quick, I can go, oh, I need some of these. I can just go in there and I can just do a quick battle on this, get some of those, and just have it set up to get it leveled up. You just want to make sure you're not letting those action points go to waste, because if you're just like me at the end of the game, those are basically what you're waiting on to make progress in this game, so you do not want them to go to waste. And so just make sure you're burning those, even if it's getting some simple materials. And I think that just about covers it. I mean, a lot of the other little things here and there, like you have your free daily polls you're going to get here, and your monthly calendar ones you're going to get. These are just going to happen by default as you log in. And so there's some other little things like that you might want to kind of think about there. And if you kind of get lost on what you may need to do daily, you can just look at the daily quests, because pretty much all those things that we've just gone over, a lot of it is covered in here. And so you can kind of use this as a reference to make sure you're hitting most of them, like completing that Echoing Nexus, Friendship Meadows, Tea Time. A lot of that stuff's in here, and if you kind of just follow this as a guide, you're going to hit all those things that you're wanting to do daily. But yeah, that kind of just concludes it. I just wanted to kind of go over the things that you want to do daily, because it's going to be quite important if you're especially wanting to max out your level as soon as possible. But yeah, if you like my content, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, it really helps. And thanks for watching.